The only thing that could affect market values, not only in South Florida, but I would say a lot of the country, is if the rates were dramatically to go up. And if rates go down, my concern would be if it gets more affordable, the values may increase even at a higher rate than they're presently increasing, making it less affordable for buyers to purchase here in South Florida. If you want to be a great real estate agent, you have to follow the models of a great real estate agent. When I was about 19 years old, I was doing Winn-Dixie's, which is a supermarket here. They have these coupons on the back of the cash register receipts, and I would sell ads. And one of my best sales, my easiest sales, was to mortgage businesses. So one day I was doing a sale, and there's a gentleman that I'll never forget. His name was Jim, and he offered me a position in the mortgage business. And I began doing mortgages when I was about, again, 19 years old, and I did that until 2008. So by the age of 25, I had a successful mortgage broker business here in Miami, did really well. And then after the meltdown in 2008, the bubble burst and I made the transition full-time to real estate. And it was just a natural transition for me to jump over to real estate. Finding agents that are motivated to actually get to succeed in real estate, that is a bit frustrating because in this industry, especially with the company that we're with, we have all of the resources available to us for agents to succeed, whether it's through Aaron, which is my direct sponsor, my coach, or anyone else in the organization. We have so many different tools, platforms that we can use to really give agents everything that they need to succeed. And sometimes when you see an agent doesn't take advantage of that, it's a little frustrating. More so than anything is for the success that they don't have. So there's little we can do about that. You can't motivate the unmotivated. As Jim Rohn would say, you can't send a duck to Eagle School. It just won't work. There's times when you're building your business, when you want to succeed, at the utmost level, there's going to be some imbalance, right? It's natural. You're going to have to pour a lot of time into it, especially in the beginning. But as time progresses and your book of business builds, you're able to have, again, you have a steady pipeline to where the income is coming in. Then you figure out a way to try to implement as many of the other aspects of your life that are critically important, because what good is it to have a ton of money, a ton of success, if all of your personal relationships are in shambles? All right. So that's where you start transitioning. Instead of being, 80%, 90% just the business, you start ratcheting it back and adding time for yourself, for your relationships, for your spouse, if you're married, and really filling your own bucket. Follow someone who is extremely successful. If you want to be a great real estate agent, you have to follow the models of a great real estate agent. When it comes to the basics, and I was talking to someone this morning and we were talking about what are the basics. And one of them is definitely going to be role playing. It's practicing your scripts, being part of these role play groups to where you do the dialogue, you have the dialogue going back and forth, who's the seller, who's the agent, and you go back and forth until you can really master those scripts. Another one is having access to someone that can provide you data, right? You need phone numbers to call. And not only do you need phone numbers to call, but you need a dialer. And aside from having the phone numbers, the dialer, having the scripts down, it would be great if the person that you're partnering up with has the ability to provide you with leads, which most real estate agents don't provide leads to those that they go into business with. So that's key. And when you're starting off, having this mentor also go on listing presentations with you. The last thing you want to do is have an incredible listing that you can have access to. You have the appointment and you blow it because you're not skilled. So having that person that you can rely on. So those are just a few things that I'd recommend on somebody starting out in the business. And going back to my first point is just practice, practice, practice. You have to have the dialogues down. So when you have conversations with people, you seem like you know what you're talking about because you're just so well rehearsed. If you would have asked me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, if the market prices could have gone any higher than they were at that point, I would just say there's absolutely no way. I mean, I did some stats about a month or two ago, let's say 2 months ago, and the average sales price in Miami was a little bit shy of $1.2 million, with the median sales price being at $650. So where values are right now is extremely high. And the truth is, I don't see anything really changing. There's just a huge draw to Miami, South Florida. The weather for tax purposes is just many reasons why people are looking not only to Florida, but specifically to South Florida. And it's very diverse. It's a very diverse town. And I think that, buyers like coming here. So there's nothing that I see that could affect values in a negative way in the next 5 years. If everything keeps going the way that it is, I mean, there could be appreciation of around 5% a year. The only thing that could affect market values, not only in South Florida, but I would say a lot of the country, is if the rates were dramatically to go up, which doesn't appear to happen. And if rates go down, my concern would be if it gets more affordable, right, to actually make a mortgage payment for buyers, is that's going to affect values to where the values may increase even at a higher rate than they're presently increasing, making it less affordable for buyers to purchase here in South Florida. All the talk is about, the NAR settlement, where buyers are going to have to obtain, buyer agreements in order to show property. So that's going to have an impact. It could affect values in the sense of where every seller, their main concern always is going to be how much money are they going to net. So the seller's net will increase. So if the seller's net increases, in theory, the values should go down a bit. Again, time will tell. So that's really the biggest change over time. I mean, right now we're seeing a lack of inventory, sellable inventory that's attractive to buyers, that's priced right. That's a challenge. There's less properties to sell, there are fewer transactions, and there's still an incredible amount of agents fighting for the same buy. I had a very successful mortgage business, and I did that I was in the mortgage business for about 15 years. And then later in the real estate industry, I've had great success on the real estate sales side, leading a team, and also on the buying and selling side. So I've had, in real estate, there's multiple aspects that I feel that I've had great success, but it's not only myself, it's for those that are around me. And when they succeed, I feel like I'm succeeding. I would say number one is just never ever giving up and seeing that you are a successful person. Every single day you're working towards that positive message, that whether you hear it from audiobooks, books that you're physically reading, those that you are around, the people that surround you, that inspire you, it's just having the mindset of success, that there's nothing that's going to stop you. You're going to be like a dog with the bone in their mouth, and you just won't let go of that bone until you're done. It's just that assertiveness, aggressiveness to your goals, and focusing on what's important to you and not stopping until you get there. I feel that it's caused almost somewhat of a panic with agents that aren't scripted. Many of the agents that I'm around, that I do business with, again, that I surround myself with, we've been scripted for years in the sense of where we have a listing presentation, we have a pre-qualification script, we've been making calls to expired FSBOs. So the dialogues are down. And this buyer agreement script, having to get, a buyer to sign an agreement before you show them a property, this is already it's embedded in our real estate agent DNA. So it's just one more script. But for agents that are not scripted, I feel like they're going to have a really hard time with these changes unless they get these scripts down, they get the forms that they need that are required in order to succeed. And if they don't, there may be, I think, a significant fallout of agents that were depending on buyer business, and now they're going to see that well dry up. Is to exit out of real estate sales myself personally. I'm in the process of forming a lead referral business. There are companies out there such as Home Light Fast Expert that provide real estate referrals to agents. And I'm doing the exact same thing on a local level. The only difference is that my leads have confirmed phone numbers, seller names. We've had conversations with them. We have email addresses. We know what their goals, what their desires are. And these are the leads that I'm providing. So myself, to exit out of sales, run this business and provide agents with rock star, incredible leads that they can convert at a very high level, and also lead my EXP group, right? Those that work with me, show them the ropes, show the agents that become part of a partnership what they need to do to succeed, how they can, have the most amazing career with being scripted, following their schedule, and doing everything that it takes to ensure their success. Socials, it's at Chris Camacho, Miami. It's Chris, C-H-R-I-S, Camacho. It's C-A Macho, Miami like the city, and I'm sure my contact information will be down below. And if you're considering EXP, what I see that agents are doing that are unhappy with the companies that they're with is they most likely know that they're going to join EXP. It's just a matter of choosing the right group. And I can assure you the group that I'm a part of, the success of all the members that are in my upline in EXP is second to none, beginning with Aaron Novello, Jose Luis Morales, Lars Hedenborg, AJ Maida, John Mikish, just the people that we're involved with, the support that they give us, the training, all the tools and resources is an amazing, amazing group to be a part of. And I'm extremely happy. And I hear agents that are with other EXP groups and they're not having the same success that we're having. So if you're considering EXP, I'd love to work with you, show you how it is that I generate a ton of leads. And who knows, perhaps I could even turn you onto some leads.